Many years ago, I was so fortunate to go through a certification process to facilitate the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey. And I got to facilitate that program for years. And I'm just so grateful for the foundational principles I learned and adopted during that time. So recently, a client that I've done a lot of work with, just in learning that I have facilitated that program, asked if I would lead a 7 Habits program with a group of their leaders. And so it was really fun to dive back into that content and revisit it because it is so foundational. And habit number 1 is being proactive. And really what it's getting at is in those challenging moments, instead of reacting emotionally, reacting based on past hurts and old patterns of behavior, instead pausing, getting quiet, and giving ourselves the space to choose a response that's much more aligned with who we want to be, with our values. It is a reminder of the power of a well-timed pause, particularly when emotions are high or we're feeling stress or anxiety or anger or frustration. Giving ourselves, just taking a beat, giving ourselves the gift of that moment. And all of that comes from Viktor Frankl, his book, Man's Search for Meaning. Stephen Covey, when he's writing about and teaching Habit 1, he talks about how the idea of being proactive was inspired by Viktor Frankl's writing. Viktor Frankl was a World War II survivor and writes about the space between stimulus and response, the space between the challenge and how we choose to respond. And what he says is that is where our power lies. And so leadership is in the space between stimulus and response. And as leaders, we often feel pressured to respond quickly or fill in the silence or fix it. But sometimes pausing, even so briefly, can shift the energy in the room, can shift the energy of the situation, can bring clarity or invite deeper reflection. So where could you create more space in your leadership today and this week? Where could you create opportunity to be more thoughtful and leverage the space? What a great way to take care of yourself and ultimately each other.